Hello, beauty, and welcome to the inaugural Fertile Illuminations Full Moon Retreat. My name is Jocelyn Gordon, and I am honored to be with you, however we are to be together in this way, wherever you are on the planet, right here and right now. I'm in my kitchen, in my little kitchen cabin in Christchurch, New Zealand, where I'm calling home right now. And I want to honor my husband for helping me transform our little kitchen cozy into a beautiful retreat space for myself and hopefully as an inspiration wherever you are, that you can find your space with whatever space that you have, large home, small home, backyard, kitchen, car even. May we all create space in our day to come to ourselves. So again, my name is Jocelyn Gordon, and I am a women's health coach specializing in and passionately drawn to preconception preparedness, conscious conception, and joyful birth. And by extension, helping you and other holistic entrepreneurs birth your best life and dream project, whether that be a book, a teacher training, a baby, becoming a global nomad, all of those things I can kind of check off myself and can help you as you conceive, gestate, and deliver your gifts to the world. So this Fertile Illuminations is inspired by those offerings, and that in order to create, sustain, and transform anything, we need to have self-care, self-love. I come to you not as an expert on the subject, however, as a devoted guide in relationship with you, in partnership with you, as individually and collectively, we as women come into greater awareness and respect for this need, which is self-care, self-nurturance, and that we create a society together and in our homes that honors that each day and throughout our menstrual cycles and creative cycles. I've kind of smoked myself out here with the frankincense. I'm just going to move this over a bit because it is really doing its thing, which I do appreciate. And I need to have a little more oxygen over here for me. So how this works, this is a personal retreat that comes with a guide. So if you've not yet downloaded the 11-page self-care guide that I wrote to support this March Blue Full Moon Easter Resurrection Day retreat, then I encourage you right now to go to jocelyn.gordon.com, and either on my shop or on my offerings page, you'll see it. You'll see a pretty photo image of Fertile Illuminations, and you can download this for free, the guide that comes with this particular retreat. Now, what happens if it's after the March 2018 Blue Full Moon Easter Resurrection Day, all that? Well, the guide that I created is in alignment with those energies and amplified now until April 3rd, 2018. And even if you come to this after that date, that's just fine. It's a recipe guide for you, and you can modify, and as you drop into that intimate space, you'll be able to curate more personally your own self-care immersion. All right, I'm gonna move this a little bit further away. So how does this work? Well, in the guide, I provided a list of items for you that would enhance your time in this retreat. And some of those things are like a comfortable place to be, transform the space as you need, Wi-Fi connection, check, journal and pens. So if you don't have that already, grab your journal or paper and pens. Also, if you're not really a writer in that way, but you like to color or doodle or draw or paint, you might want to bring in elements that support that. Candle. Where's my candle? Right? Soon we'll be lighting our candles. So I also included a recipe for a cacao elixir, and maybe I can just start to say that an aspect of our theme together relates to this Libra-oriented moon and Libra being the sign of balance and harmony. I felt that a cacao elixir would complement the retreat. Cacao having a balance of light and dark, the light being the butter and the dark being the rich bean. And because this is a heart-opening journey, and cacao has heart-opening elements as well as so many other amazing benefits. Plus, to make your brew, it's actually a very grounding experience if you allow it to be. All of that being said, I included a recipe in the guide for a love and fertility-based themed cacao elixir with elements in it supporting women's health, and then some fun additions that you can use alchemically to enhance the flavor and to bring in more of the feeling and experience of unconditional love and objectivity, revelation, and beauty. Because that is actually the theme. That is the theme. The theme of our time together right now is beauty and walking the beauty way, living the beauty path, enhancing beauty in our day as we navigate the ups and downs, the changes and challenges, the demands and obligations, the inspirations and manifestations. May we experience beauty all around us. What else? Sage or your preferred incense. I lit up the frankincense, the little frankincense nuggets. So that's going off right now. That's why it's so smoky and mystical. My husband harvested this sage. I love my little husband harvested sage bundle. Whatever works for you. Palo Santo. Bring in your smoky elements for clearing. A feather. So I talked about Libra, I talked about beauty, and this feather was inspired as I was tuning into the energies and how they related to my life. It reminded me of the Egyptian death tale and how at death one is judged, their heart weight, is judged by the weight of a feather. Got some cacao in my hands. I was speaking emphatically, forgetting that I was holding something. So a feather and a heart, right? So you can imagine scales like the Libra image and the heart, right? And that just feeling into what's on your heart. Is there anything weighing on your heart? Are there any regrets? Is there heaviness, unresolved business, unresolved issues, guilt? What's happening? Those kind of things they weigh us down, right? And affect our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with others. So all of this is through beauty and through the elements of nature and the inspiration of our hearts, and through the collective to help us enlighten our hearts, to help us enlighten ourselves, so that the feather will be heavier than the heart, or at least of equal balance. And also what stands out to me in those tales, those stories, those wisdom stories, is that it's not really an outside force that would be judging us. It's ourselves. So if you know that you have things to release, you know that you need to lighten your heart weight, lighten your load, then may this practice and others and the support of your community and therapeutic assistance and spiritual assistance help you, help me, help us all uplift our hearts, enlighten ourselves, and be in freedom, right? Fresh flour, going back to the recipes, the recipe for our ritual. We'll know why later. You know, it always represents beauty. I have been working with essential oils for 17 years. There are two oils that I felt would be lovely for this journey: rose and jasmine. I just have my rose with me right now, and lemongrass wanted to come out. Rose, the oil of unconditional love, the highest vibrational essential oil. We already know that red roses are given as a symbol of love, as a request for forgiveness. So they have a power that's already in our conscious collective consciousness as a collective. They smell divine, right? They remind me of my Nana wisdom. Yeah, and yeah, they're just gorgeous. So I use doTERRA essential oils. They have a beautiful roller bottle of rose, jasmine, and neroli. Jasmine is the oil of sexual innocence. So that one's, they're both beautiful together. Rose, unconditional love, representing the feminine, and jasmine, if you want to embrace it in such way. Sexual innocence representing the masculine, and together beautiful divine union mix. I love my rose. Jasmine is my 2-year-old's favorite. So you want to have your oils nearby, and if you haven't already, just start to anoint yourself because it's a great practice. An instrument, I got my crystal bowl, rattle, drum, and I think that's about it. Whatever you feel you need to come into this space with you. And if you need to pause this video to get your things, to download that guide, then go ahead and do that so that you can return feeling like you've been creating beauty for this sacred journey. All right. So the space is set and we're ready to go inwards, right? It's also Mercury in retrograde time right now, so which is like all the re words, right? Like RE as the prefix again, and going back, remembering, you know, coming back together again. Retreating, coming inside, refining, releasing. So set up your seat and come into your seat and just return to yourself. Maybe you want to do that laying down. Maybe you want to do that standing up or sitting in a chair. Well, however you do it, make sure that there are no distractions. You're not on your phone. You're not on the computer. An emphasis of this time together and of this Libra-oriented, celestially oriented blue moon is one. A blue moon is when there are 2 moons in a calendar month. As in March and as in January this year. So once in a blue moon, it means it's an occasional rare experience. Combined with an eclipse, Mercury in retrograde, bringing us an emphasis on relationships, on whatever is unresolved on the inside. So in this moment now, just start to or continue to feel into your seat, your posture. I always like to feel into the parts of my body that are connected to the physical earth body. Allow the opportunity to drop down, to descend your attention and your energy down into the seat, into the contact points of your body to the earth body. And now come to your breath, focusing on the exhalation. So from that earth body connection, breathe in and up, and then release sound through the mouth. Keep going, following the breath up to the top of the head and beyond. And then releasing the breath as far as it can travel and emphasizing the exhale, even as you draw your belly towards your spine, extending the as far as you can, emptying out completely. Ah. 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 And 2 or 3 more, allowing whatever sound that needs to be released, charming or gurgly, whatever's there, just let it be sounded and expressed. Oh. Oh. Now that you've had, oh my gosh, it's so smoky. I guess there's a lot to be cleared of the space, and I'm gonna just let that be. Now that you've awed, and we will come back to that inner world, and remember this is all a retreat, an inner journey, right? Inner nourishment time. Bring your candle into your awareness, and you're just going to light the candle as a symbol of arriving, of a symbol of being here now, a way to activate this space, this personal retreat, and to illuminate. This is a fertile illuminations retreat, so to illuminate whatever needs to be eliminated, to be seen. Right? May our prayers be heard in the highest and best ways. May they be heard and fulfilled in the highest and best ways for the greatest good and perfect ease and grace. It's done. So if you have any prayer, intention, or wish for this time, let it come forward. My prayers for real healing, real clearing, authentic, real, true, deep, lasting. May this journey create positive ripple effects in all of our lives across all dimensions and timelines in the highest and best ways. For the greatest good, in perfection, ease, and grace. It is done. Aho, Ashe, Amen. I feel like I need to get this. Couldn't find them this morning, but So take a moment now to actually come into child's pose. I'm not going to come into child's pose because I'm going to be playing this beautiful crystal bowl from Sonic Alchemy that I'm stewarding and gifted by the lovely Ama Rose Sophia. So I invite you now to, if it's comfortable for you, to find the child's pose posture. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful tool. So I want to, that is when you're, like, if you want to start with kneeling and then sitting on your heels, having the knees together or open, and then drawing your heart towards the earth and your head to rest on the earth. It is a posture of surrender and release, and it's also known as wisdom pose. So come into child's pose now, or if you're seated, come into a seated ragdoll kind of fold, right? So you basically, you want the head below the heart, surrendering the intellect to the wisdom of the heart. Come into your child's pose, make yourself comfortable. And come into, again, what it feels like to have your body touching the earth body, right? So the points of your body that are touching the earth body, feel those points of connection. Like an anchor being thrown over a boat into a deep, vast ocean. See, imagine, and feel that you're throwing that anchor overboard. The ocean represents you, and the anchor and its sweet sway towards the seat of the ocean represents the depth that you're willing to travel to become more intimate with yourself in this moment. And in your mind's eye, that anchor never really touches down on the floor of the ocean. As you feel the contact points of your earth body, your physical domain, connecting to the earth body of Gaia, knowing that the floor, your yoga mat, your seat represents that earth body. Watch the descent, the sweet sway downwards of that anchor. And as you breathe from the earth up, expand your cavities in all directions so that your belly pushes into your thighs and your side body expands outwards like wings, and your back body inflates, filling up your kidneys, backs of your lungs and your heart, creating space in every vertebrae. And as you exhale, your outsides come towards your insides. The front comes towards the center. Your back body comes towards the center, and you descend a bit more, releasing, coming to yourself in a renewed way. Breathing in, you expand in all directions and fill yourself up. Breathing out, you return to the center and you descend into the wisdom of yourself, of your heart, even more. If there's anything moving, any content that's moving in your head, any stream of thought forms, allow them to drift downwards and outwards. So the weight of gravity pulling those thought forms down into the soil, in this case to be cleared, so just to be washed away by the water. Just allow them to be released. So with every out breath, especially releasing the content, the tension in the mind space and in the body. Surrendering, putting to the side whatever has been on your mind, whatever has been keeping you active in the head. If you want to return to all that later, you can. However, right now, making this delicious descent into you. If you want to sway side to side, stretching the arms out, walking the fingertips out, kind of like preening and stretching like a cat. Letting the shoulders wave, just still feeling into imagining and seeing that slow swaying, sensuous descent of that anchor, descending into the vast ocean that is you. Mimicking that sway like seaweed kind of flowing through waters. Allowing the rise and fall of your breath to be the sound of ocean waves rising and falling. So both the sound of your breath waves and the feeling of that swaying descent are lulling you more deeply into this moment, into this retreat. Feeling free to release sound. If there's any way that your body is organically asking for a movement or healing through movement, then give yourself that. Allow yourself to go with the flow, to be moved by this orientation with your inner world, your inner authority. And as you follow that, free of dictation from the mind, so that you find your mind dictating your flow, drop back in to what it feels like to be connected to the earth, through your body touching the earth body. Drop into the feeling of the flow of your breath. And the posture itself of wisdom seat, Balasana, child's pose, head below the heart, body close to the earth, like a seed in the soil. And from here, just ask yourself, from that inner space, what do I need right now? If there's anything that you might need, maybe there's nothing, yet still holding the question, what is it that I need? What do I need? The next question is, what do I need to give? So a dear friend of mine, Lisa Gettle, founder of the Bird Sings, a wonderful global education and movement, reminding people to come back to song and community. She is a wise soul, and she reminds us that whatever we need to give. So whatever it is that you might feel you need is something, just ponder that. Is it something that you also need to give? The more I need, the more I need to give whatever that thing is that I need. Need more love, give more love. Need more patience, give more patience. Be more patient. Need to be forgiven, then forgive. Need to dance, then provide an opportunity for all your friends to come dancing. Just listening. And then whatever way feels good for you, start to lovingly sway yourself and sensuously, slowly begin to bring yourself up to a seated posture of your choosing. Take your time through the transition. And when you have come back to your seated posture, now is a good time to pause this video and to grab your journal and pens or whatever your writing utensils may be to journal. So you might even start with journaling what I need is and what I need to give is. I'm going to share my screen now so you can also see some other journaling questions. I offer powerful questions in my journeys. I'm going to hear my computer rev up for a moment. So some other journaling questions are, what is weighing on my heart right now? Who do I need to forgive? Of what do I need to forgive myself? How can I lighten my load? How can I go easy on myself? So you can pause the video while these questions are available to you. Give yourself at least 10 minutes. If you have more space, you can go for more. You don't necessarily need to journal all these questions now as prompts. But go with the ones that are really standing out to you. But also the ones that you wish to avoid. Go with those. And rather than editing, simply be free. You don't have to have good punctuation or grammar. It doesn't have to look nice. Just flow with that paper and pen and see what's revealed. So you can pause and I'll come back. You come back here when you're ready. We're actually going to, next segment, sing a song. Now that you have done your journaling, and journaling is so important. I've found, sometimes I forget, then I return and I have so many journals from my past. It's really a good reflection point. I've moved a lot in my life, so it's a beautiful thing to come back to those journals and to see who I've been and what I've transformed and what things are still lingering, what my desires are, even to see how one's penmanship has changed over the years, if it has at all. So journaling also is like providing this outer expression through the action of the body, of writing, of reflecting what's happening in the inner world. It's like from the mind, from the etheric out into physical form. So it must be a magical process, and you can journal every day. So presuming you've paused and you've journaled, sing a song. This is a song that an elder woman, an elder queen, shared recently at a full moon circle that I hosted in Christchurch on Friday. It was super wonderful. So I want to thank Pirate Evie for bringing this song enchant into my life. My daughter and I, the 2-year-old and I, have been singing it a lot together, and she always says, again. So in my research, it appears to be written by a person named Leela. I'm not 100% sure, so if you have other information, then you can, regarding the origins of this song, please email me, Jocelyn at jocelyn.gordon.com, or send me a message on Facebook. All right, so you can get your instrument if you want, and how about we just go there, all right? We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, returning to the ocean. We are come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, returning to the ocean. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, returning to the ocean. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that fall shall rise again. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, returning to the ocean. Sage and crone, wisdom's gift shall be our own. Grown and sage, wisdom is the gift of age. Sage and crone, wisdom's gift shall be our own. Grown and sage, wisdom is the gift of age. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, returning to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, returning to the ocean. Sage and crone, wisdom's gift shall be our own. Crone and sage, wisdom is the gift of age. Sage and crone, wisdom's gift shall be our own. Crone and sage, wisdom is the gift of age. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, returning to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. Hmm. So what feels right in this moment for me is that we acknowledge this earth body a bit more. I don't think I recall to share with you to get some cream. So if you need to pause to get some coconut oil, your favorite massage oil, please do that. So we're going to honor this physical body, this earth body of the goddess that will descend at some point in perfection back into the greater earth body as our soul and spirits ascend. So once you have your cream, I actually make self-care balms, and this is my little so good. Something I do when I feel inspired, and I occasionally sell them in batches. All natural ingredients and some essential oils. This one has goodness in it. This one has the essential oil called goodness. No, cardamom. I don't remember this brew, but it's good. And if you want some, you can just message me, and I won't have this one, but I'll have something else yummy, or I'll make something for you. So you just start to massage yourself. Right? I don't have on any makeup. Rarely wear makeup these days. Beauty, right? So often we can look into the mirror or assess our bodies and ourselves and criticize or find fault. In this moment, into loving appreciation, feeling into the contours, the shape, the texture, the fullness, the thinness of your skin, crevices, lines. If there's anything in your mind, only allow forms of appreciation. If you haven't yet, start massaging into your neck. Making any sounds that want to be made. I'm all for public massaging of oneself in the right container, in the right, environment. In a women's circle can be really lovely, full of self-acceptance. A great way to drop in. Oh, pinch yourself. Life is so good. Into your neck. Yeah. To the heart and the chest space. Mm. Can't get those boobies. Mm. It's a good time as well to anoint yourself with your essential oils. My cream has essential oils in the recipe. It's good. Allow yourself to feel good. To those armpits if you can. Mm. And when I continue into the next offering of our retreat, if you still feel like you need to spend time in this realm of touch and self-massage, then again, pause and give yourself that gift. Remember the years. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain returning to the ocean. Love this earth suit. Love it. Oh, you got it. You're living in it. Okay, obviously I can do this for a really long time. I once shared some of my self-care practices at a Tantra retreat, and that was really beautiful for women. And the host, the main facilitator of the retreat, just couldn't stop rubbing herself with the cream that I made for the group. She's like, okay, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna stop. And she couldn't. So hopefully that's your experience as well, that you're kind of having a hard time not touching yourself. So keep going if you want to keep going. Otherwise, carry on. I'm bring in my rose. Yeah. I'm feeling actually to bring in, let's bring in our cacao. So if you didn't make your cacao, if you don't have your cacao, then get some water. And look at it. And back into your heart. We'll just journey a bit more deeply. The anchor is still swaying, still making its descent into the depths of you. Come back into that feeling. I know what it feels like to be centered in myself. I know what it feels like to be centered in the self. And as I center within myself, I connect to source. As I center and connect within myself, I connect to source. I am source centered. I am centered to source through my connection to self. Through this connection, I respect all that is. I have respect for all that is. I respect all that is, including my waves, my cycles, and those around me, my family. I'm source centered. And every time I return to reconnect, I recharge, not needing external sources of validation, decreasing or releasing the addiction to sugars or other stimulants, and reconnecting with the true source, the one. And I know what this feels like in my body. And I know what it looks like in my life. Connect with source, and I let go of everything else. I release all the superfluous and achieve right perspective. Moving from ego sourced, ego centered, to centeredness in the self, allowing me to be centered in source. We are source centered. And when you've offered your prayer, your intention, your unique download, let it be so. Aho, Ashe, Amen. Drink it in, drink it up. Let it be so. Now you can sip your libation. I just felt it. I wanted to take in all the richness of that cacao elixir in that moment. Mm. Mm. Because our time together is reflecting on, right, that enlightening ourselves. Into my feather, my pink feather. Probably don't see it because I don't have my glasses on. The weight of the heart, the weight of a feather. Libra balance, judgment, and harmony. So our focus is on enlightening the heart, and releasing what we can release, surrendering, and celebrating beauty as we grow, as we experience the ins and outs, ups and downs, waves and fluctuations of this life. Who do I need to forgive? That's one of the journal questions. So we'll work with Ho'oponopono for the next few moments. Hawaiian Kahuna prayer. Much more in this moment, I'm feeling it's much more than a prayer. rainbow prayer is massive. It's like it's an incantation. It's a spell, so to speak. It's really powerful. So place your hands on your womb or your heart and your womb. And I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Those are the words. If you need to write those down, go ahead now. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. You can also do a reframe. I love you, I forgive you, I am forgiven. It's down there. Thank you, it is done. This is in your guide, so you can download that later if you don't have it now. Lively up yourself, enlighten yourself. Bringing into heart, mind, whomever it is that you need to forgive. Or even, I guess it's the same, someone from whom you wish to have their forgiveness. If you forgive yourself, then that's one of the greatest gifts. And there'll be a domino effect. So I need to make myself more comfortable, and I suggest you do that too. Can't see me now, can you? Oh, what just happened there? That's weird. Oh, it was a bug. That was a fly resting upon the green light. Okay. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. If you've not yet started with that, then that feels better. Then go there. Person that you are forgiving in your heart mind. And even seeing the line of relationship between you and this person. So there's yourself in your posture, in your stance, and you're the point, you're a point. And then there's a line, and the person whom you're forgiving is in their stance at that point, in their seat. So this prayer, this Ho'oponopono, is allowing for healing and clearing along that line of relationship. And it's reciprocal. You might even, if you're having a hard time seeing, imagining, and feeling that other person, you just might even just place yourself on the other at that other point, because whatever it is they brought up for you is for you to heal, to become aware of in yourself. You might even come to from this space of even imagining yourself seated in the center because you're centered in the self and source centered in this moment. There might be a constellation, like a circle of images or moments around you that require forgiveness and healing and release. And there might be these lines of relationship extending from yourself to each individual experience, moment, relationship. And so you can focus on that individually on each of those elements, and you can also be rooted in the center, extending this whole Ho'oponopono out from yourself into each line of relationship, radiating from the center of your sincerity into those lines of connection, of relationship. So it's happening in the general sense, and then specifically as well as in your imagination, your mind's eye, and your heart. These individuals and these moments come into focus one by one, and then blend into the larger relationship of healing that is happening right now. I love you. I forgive you. I am forgiven. Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Forgive you. I am forgiven. Thank you. I love you. I forgive you. I am forgiven. Thank you. I'm going to keep going until you feel a clearance. The recommendation is to come to this practice daily, frequently, as often as you can until you feel clearance. It's a cleansing process. It's like spiritual housekeeping. You might even in your home and in your altar space place a picture or an image that symbolizes that situation, that person, that moment, that aspect of self that you are forgiving and coming into right relationship and liberating yourself, right? Enlightening yourself from resentment, from guilt, from tension, from anger, from hate. Liberating yourself from resistance, clearing those cords, regaining your freedom. Every time you see that image or symbol, offering up Ho'oponopono. Continuing until you feel it is truly done. Days, weeks, months. Following your intuitive path for greater healing awareness, writing a letter. It doesn't have to be sent. Maybe it does. Making a phone call, speaking your truth, expressing the desire to make things right, internally, externally. seeking support, therapy, counsel, guidance, so you can liberate yourself and walk in beauty. If you feel the desire to keep going in this moment with your Ho'oponopono, then do that. You can pause this video. If you have a feather, it's time to sensuously enlighten yourself and clearing the space. So you can just take your feathers, and if you want, you can light your sage. Feeling like I want to do that. Sweet sage bundle that my husband harvested for me. And you can just clear the space around you. Again, coming into our theme of enlightening yourself, enlightening your heart. Allowing the weight of the heart to be no greater than the weight of a feather. So moving through your energetic space, I'm getting chills. Yeah? Before you, behind you, clearing the space above you, below you, all around you, within you. Clearing. Allowing whatever wants to be expressed. I'm feeling a bit teary. I don't know if it'll come forward now. I'm grateful for the feeling, for the emotional release. Right? Keep on keeping on. I'm going to put on the screen again. I'm going to start to come to completion in our time together. And as I shared before, in our theme is moving through duality, like polarity in our lives. Again, the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the twists and turns, the peaks and valleys. Moving through that unity and moving through that duality and moving into unity consciousness and by inviting beauty into our lives. How can you create beauty in your daily life? Flowers, the prayers, the meditations, the letters, the gifts to yourself and others. Massaging yourself lovingly. Acknowledging your inner and outer beauty. Acknowledging the inner and outer beauty of others. Beautifying your space, your physical domain, externally your home, your office place, your car. Your inner domain through nourishing foods, occasional fasts and cleanses. So I'm going to put up a song, or I did put up a song. It's a Navajo prayer called the Beauty Way. And in particular, these lyrics were the lyrics were organized in this fashion that's seen on your screen by my friend Lindsay Wise for her album Walk in Beauty, which I highly recommend. And I'll post the link on my Facebook page, Jocelyn Gordon Birth Your Best Life. So if you want to sing with me in your own unique voice, it doesn't have to, I can't hear you anyway. But I'm just going to sing the way I sing right now, which is no diva-like situation. So just let it come from your heart and continue to clear your space with your feathers and your sage. That's part of your ritual. As I walk, the universe is walking with me as I walk. The universe is walking with me. Beauty walks before me. Beauty walks behind me. Beauty walks below me. Beauty walks above me. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. As I walk, the universe is walking with me as I walk. The universe is walking with me, and beauty walks before me, and beauty walks behind me, beauty walks below me, beauty walks above me. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. As I walk, the universe is walking with me as I walk. The universe is walking with me. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as I walk in beauty. As we walk, the universe is walking with us as we walk. The universe is walking with us, and beauty walks before, and beauty walks behind, and beauty walks below, and beauty walks above. Beauty is on every side as we walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as we walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as we walk in beauty. Beauty is on every side as we walk in beauty. As we walk in beauty. Ah. Ooh, thank you. Ah, I don't want to stop doing this. I'm going to check my notes though to see where we are with things and the time. And I heard my little girl outside, so that lets me know that our time is up. It's now time to just offer up your gratitudes. I want to thank you for this space. Thanking yourself for the space that you've created for this intimacy with yourself. Thank you for, I want to thank Spirit for the inspiration and for the inclination to see this through, because what's the medicine I create for others is the medicine I require for myself. So thank you all that felt called to, in some way in time, participate in this for our individual and collective enlightenment. Thank you for all the inspired hearts, for your inspired heart. Any other prayers you might have? Now's the time to offer them up and to plant them in the sacred soil of yourself, which is connected with Source and all that is. Coming back into that sacred center in a more deep level. Returning to that image of the anchor in the vast ocean of you that's swaying in its depths, downwards, inwards. And then coming to the bottom of that floor, to the surface of the ocean representing the depth of you. And letting that anchor be anchored, right? Being yourself anchored, little self anchored in the big self, which is connected with Source and all that is. And may there be ripples out in all directions in the highest and best ways. Positive and loving sonic waves of peace and healing, completion, whatever needs to be completed and resolved. Right? Whatever needs to be completed and resolved, is resolved. It is done. It is done. It is done. Ashe, Aho, Amen. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here in this space with you, and however you come to participate in this Fertile Illuminations retreat. May this be a blessing, and may you return as often as you need. And I've been inspired to create and curate these Fertile Illuminations lunar self-care retreat as personal and collective journeys that you can embark on every month. So I'll be announcing in a couple of days how to sign up and enroll for those through a membership platform where you can subscribe for the entire year or just drop in as long as you wish every month. They're lunar journeys, so the segment points will be through the new moon and the full moon. And I focus on the light and the dark of that. So the new moon coming into the depths of the soil and the dark inner world, and the full moon being that illuminated space through the reflection of the sun. So there's, for me, a very solar, potent solar aspect of revelation and enlightenment here. And in the Fertile Illuminations monthly lunar retreats, you'll receive a guided meditation, an audio meditation. You'll receive your ritual recipe guide, similar to the 11-page one that comes with this specific journey. That will be released a few days before the full moon, and will extend and be most potent through a certain period, just like this one was through March 31st through April 3rd, 2018. Every month you'll receive your own ritual guide for the potent segment of the full moon energy, 3 days before, 3 days after the full moon. And near the new moon, I'll be releasing a podcast with an inspirational interview focused on healing and harmony in our homes and our cycles, through our body and our inner cycles, as well as coaching and just real life guidance on how to birth your best life, which is what I am doing and helping others do as a conscious conception and birth your best life coach. There'll be playlists and discounts on my retreats and coaching programs, and discounts from other complimentary service providers and products and opportunities and events. And this is truly inspired. So I can't even tell you what next month's theme is going to be, because I have not received the download, but I always do, just like you do. And this medicine is our medicine. So it's not anything that I'm presenting and not doing. I'm walking this, and it's collective. It's for me, it's for you, it's for all of us. So I'm just going to keep walking it, because that's what Spirit told me to do. So I'm taking myself seriously in the best way, not too heavily, to see this forward, to move through those shadows of doubt, so that we can each in our own way be blessings to each other. Again, my name is Jocelyn Gordon, and I am a preconception, conscious conception, and joyful birth coach and advocate, as well as a birth your best life coach, supporting holistic entrepreneurs in bringing forward gestating, conceiving, gestating, and birthing your program, your teacher training, your book, your service, so you can touch more hearts and live your best life. Like, I have lots of time, because I created online courses, and it takes time to nurture those. However, I'm grateful that they do nurture and nourish my desire and my partner's desire to be very close in the lives of our children, and to become global citizens, to travel the world, and to share and to receive globally. So JocelynGordon.com, Jocelyn at JocelynGordon.com. And if you want to receive a free 20-minute alignment session to see how we might work together, you can do that. All the details are on my website. All right, this has been beautiful for me. I hope it's been beautiful for you. Sat Nam and Namaste. May you walk in beauty.